Hello YouTube, Simon here, welcome back to the channel and to another FF7 Remake video. Today we are going to be completing the quest Rat Problem, and this is the quest that's organised as number 2 in our quest log once we unlock the side quest system in chapter 3. And to start this quest we will need to head over to the item store owner, and he will give us the Rat Problem quest, which, as you can gather by the name, is going to require us to eliminate a few rats. However, these aren't your ordinary rats. Oh no, these are the more evil, vicious, scary looking rats, known as Doom Rats. So once we've gone ahead and picked the quest up, we're going to make our way over to the updated quest objective. And it's to an area, or it's located in an area that you may not have visited before in the Sector 7 slums. But hey, it's not that exciting, so don't get your hopes up too much. The quest itself is quite fun though, I've got to say.
Now I've heard a were-rat in pain will call its friends for help. And the whole rat pack will come running just like that.
Right, so as hinted at there by the item store owner, the rats themselves that we need to kill won't be available immediately. We're going to have to kind of tempt them, lure them over to the battle. So what we're going to do is make our way over up north here. And once we get there, just note that there are going to be some easy rats, but don't get excited. As I say, they are not the quest objective, but they are required for the quest objective, if that makes sense. So we are going to take them out as quickly and as humanely as possible, i.e. bringing our sword, crushing down on their skulls, just like this, with a little bit of help from Tifa, of course. By the way, Tifa's such a fantastic character to control in battle. It's a shame that some of the fights are over so quickly, there's really no point switching, but I can't wait for some of the tougher fights later on and really putting these characters through their paces. Now, once you've gone ahead and defeated the were-rats here, I'm not sure exactly the mechanism for triggering the rats, the Doom Rats that we actually need to kill. I think you can just wait around, they'll eventually show up, but you might have to leave the area. All I did was return to the item store owner, and he does have a little bit of new dialogue, so you might want to pop over for that anyway. And that was literally all that I did. Once I'd spoken to him and came back, then the rats were present, and they'd already spawned, ready for me to kill. Now, these rats, speaking of slightly more challenging enemies, are indeed somewhat more challenging than the ones before. A few little tips for you. First of all, they are weak to the ice element, so you should have ice materia. You might even have 2. If you do, that'd be somewhat helpful. You can have 1 on each party member here just to speed the battle up. I've only got 1 though, and it's more than sufficient. To be honest, 2 blasts with a blizzard spell is going to be enough to stagger these rats ready for absolute destruction. Now, one thing to note as well is that because these are a new enemy, so you're not going to have encountered them before, you're going to want to use the assess materia. This is going to be helpful, of course, for the various quests that we are undertaking for Chadley. But also, speaking of Chadley, you'll be able to use the stagger mechanic on these particular enemies, which will also update his quests as well. So we're really doing multiple things here just by completing this single Rat Problem quest. And as you can see, they do take a bit of time, but they're not all that challenging as long as you stay on top of your health totals. Okay, as you can see, Tifa does have to get cured a few times here, but as long as we, take care of that in prompt fashion, then as I say, these aren't particularly challenging, and once one goes down, well, that's less damage overall then, so the others are pretty much a formality at that point. Since this battle does go on a little bit, you might get opportunity to test out some limit breaks, and in fact this was the first time I got to use a limit break so far on my playthrough, and it happened to be Tifa, which was exciting. The somersault limit break does a nice bit of damage, and I love the fact that the spells and abilities in the game here are just so reminiscent of their counterparts in the original Final Fantasy VII. They really have done a good job in updating those things and just bringing them here into the remake in such unparalleled fashion, it's got to be said. So yeah, we'll get this limit break off, then I think a handy heal on Tifa would not go amiss at this point. Oh, did you feel that? Yeah, you do not want that red boot in your face, as Mr. Doom Rat there learned the hard way. Okay, but final rat here, and this is the final objective to the quest, so there isn't really anything else to do. As far as quests go, this one is a nice simple one. But the battle is fun, so that's cool. Right, I actually get a trophy here, and that's for levelling up the materia. Now, unfortunately, I can't see the trophy list right now because I'm recording this before the official release date, as many of us were able to get our hands on the game early. Though, before Square banned me, I didn't upload it before the official release date. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and speak to the item shop owner, having used the fast travel option to return to him immediately. A nice little touch there that the game lets us do. And the item store owner, not item shop owner, is going to tell us how happy he is, how proud he is of us, etc, etc, and more importantly, give us a little bit of a reward. Now, one of the rewards here is that we are actually able to buy a couple of items from him at discounted price. And one of those items is the Poisona, I think it is, yeah, Poisona materia. And the other item is High Potion, although we can only buy limited quantities of each. So unfortunately, you can't use this opportunity to stock up on High Potions at such a cheap price. And I think they're 100 gil each, which is quite a substantial discount in all honesty. But he also gives us a free item reward, and on top of that, as with completing all the other side quests, we also get our HP and MP restored to full, which is kind of helpful because, you know, when we do these battles for these quests, it just saves time without having to go and return to our bed to rest up. So there we have it. Okay then, guys, and there's the discounted items for you, just to show you those. But thanks for stopping by, checking out the video. I hope it's helped you. If it has, don't forget to drop a like. Really appreciate that, and it just lets YouTube know that maybe a few others might want to check this video out as well. So have a wonderful day, folks, and I'll see you next time for more FF7 Remake.
This sounds like you're having fun.